medium to short range, she can be heavily pressured by these two.
I mentioned the Ashe available, but also is that Xayah, and they will be locked. It will be locked in here for Ruler.
Well, Samsung's showing new stuff today. That's what they've decided that they will do after their week off. They will show new picks in both mid lane and AD carry. First ever pick of Xayah for Ruler. First of the season for Crown on the Cassiopeia. Finally, a bit of normalcy going for the Kled. We haven't seen much Kled at all.
Yeah.
And it's actually going to be a Corki AD carry from BBQ. Okay. So that's the first time also for another thing.
Yeah, throwing a curveball here. So Corki will be flexed down to the bottom lane here for Ghost.
Crown's like the one time I counter pick for lane. They flex the damn Corki. What's the chances of that happening? So he will actually be into the Orianna, which is a comfortable matchup early for Cassiopeia, but does get better over time for the Ori.
Yeah, I mean, this was one of the ones that was, you know, kind of brought back Orianna out of the meta for so long, and Cassiopeia became oppressive. People figured out, okay, you know what, Orianna can actually hold up to that cast very early on. So we'll just get that little flip around and maybe surprise Samsung here. And
this is definitely the screw you Crown comp, where they have the most initiation and an Ori to also profit off it. Jarvan, Gragas, and Orianna is literally
all the ball
Cassiopeia
carriers.
Just never do anything because she'll just be, if your flash is down in lane as Cassiopeia, you just get collapsed upon every time.
I mean, the Alistar's there as well. So
it's definitely screw you.
They just have all of these methods of just pushing the ball in. Even in desperate times, you can have Corki Falcon or package his way in.
But Samsung showing new stuff. The Cassiopeia, that's new for this season, but the Xayah, first time for Ruler. We have to see how that one will shape up.
Yeah, and things being swapped around here. Cass into
gold is okay. That's the ghost from Geist was to all intent.
He knows that he doesn't have the heal or the flash, and he might just have the damage. More hits will do it. One more, can he get it? All the poison taken away. He will get the first blood. Flashes away from Bless. Crown just coming up with that solo kill.
And it has not been recently that Crown
makes it out of there. He's got tunnels, as it turns out. Now pushing in, we'll find Bless, who goes in on top of Crown, flashes away, gets knocked to the side by the explosive cast ambition. Maybe in a bit of a rough spot. Will get sunned up by the Alistar, and that shockwave completely going to miss. And now Crown, with the petrifying gaze, locks up onto Ghost. Glacial Fisher coming down as well. He is able to Valkyrie out to safety, but Totoro cannot say the same. BBQ lose so many summoner spells, and they still lose.
Lead, the pressure lead, when you get the kill on your enemy laner in a tough matchup, usually, hold the thought for a second.
Oh, well, that's going to be the jump in. Rise comes through as Cube will get knocked up into the air, looking for a bit of a trade back there onto Ghost, trying to lock him in underneath the turret, but, well, there's only so much you can do. You know, with that shockwave to come through here for attempt.
But they haven't been able to pressure any summoners, so hitting that engage is going to be not that reliable.
Fisher walking in fairly blindly. Glacial Fisher will come down, and Crown is pinching in from the top side. That is going to be Bless falling first and foremost, the package to help get Ghost out of there with his life. As he just pokes around from the side, Flash will come through here for Totoro, keeping himself away from Cuvée, but already the one pick, the Smite eliminated Samsung. How do they want to play this? They have that ward sitting in, the control ward sitting in the Baron pit, so just go ahead and start this one up. Ward comes over the wall from BBQ. They have vision of this. Samsung sticker, do they peel back?
Wave is down, but flashes are up on the side of Samsung. Wait for the turn.
It's going to be the Cataclysm coming through. Ruler goes low, but immediately you see that Crazy just has to go ahead and hightail out of there. The Baron will go down. Crown is pushing forward, looking for 10. Flash in from Ambition. Only gets a knock up in onto Crazy as he goes low. Flash into the Venom, and Ruler comes up with the kill, looking for a second. Crown is there with the Twin Fangs. Go ahead and scoop that one up for himself. 3 kills delayed coming through there from the side of Samsung, and they get the Baron.
And Ruler's had enough time kiting backwards on Varus. He gets to play the Xayah, and surprisingly, going Rambo engage mode on the Xayah. They knew that.
Now the first push, like BBQ just couldn't really work their way up there, so just now have to surrender it. The damage has been done. Now they're looking for this. Blitz throwing out.
Block from JJ.
Yeah, has the Unbreakable up, so not going to be sending them anywhere. This will be sending Bless to the grave yet again. Gragas goes down in Hib line. Will now be shattered here by Samsung. 3:30 minutes, and they're not done yet. They're looking for more, so getting the maximum out of this Baron buff.
I mean, JJ has been come up with a game like this that is so clean, and Crown, he's the one who was under the microscope at Rift Rival because he'd had a weak couple of weeks. The moment that he got a solo kill in mid, you kind of knew what was going to come after.
Yeah, it's been absolutely impressive thus far. Cubit going in, has the charge, and Tempt is under fire, takes so much damage. Throwing out that shockwave, but Bless is yet again going to be the first one that falls. Does get the wrap up here onto Cubé, but it's just not enough damage to even come close really to taking down that Kled. Totoro's going to fall, and that's just going to be the Nexus under fire. BBQ just strangled out of this game, and Tempt, he'll die right at the end as Crown puts another kill on the board. 9-1 at the end. Samsung absolutely destroy BBQ.
Surgical. Surgical is the way I would put it. Methodical, surgical, whatever you want to call it.
They dissected them.
They did. The warding especially, the amount of control wards they were able to push up. They decided they wanted to win the bot side, 4 control wards down. They went top side, 4 control wards down. Everything they did made sense, and we haven't necessarily seen that from some of our better teams. They've taken more brazen risks. They didn't need to take any risks. As we said, the checklist was assembled, it was followed, almost no mistakes, short of a perfect game maybe for Samsung Galaxy. But BBQ, they were almost voyeurs watching as everything happened around them, and by the end, the game was over.
Yeah, it's just one of those this is fine moments, you know. Nothing that they can do about it, just kind of accepted their fate.
You know, they were waiting for the call. Is this the one we can test for? Is this the one? Is this the one? It never was. It was never the one.
Their best moment was when Bless tried to throw that explosive cast when Core JJ had the Unbreakable. That was the opening.
I mean, they went for the go button with 3 inhibitors down.
Yeah. Core JJ says, you shall not pass. Doesn't let them into that opening. And, well, that was just about the end of the game right there in that moment.
And that was with Samsung Galaxy skipping over all their normal picks, showing us something new, and still being surgical.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful stuff from Samsung. We'll see if they keep it up for game number 2, or BBQ will cook up something to try to surprise us. That wasn't even the joke that I...